Some of the biggest tech revolutions, they don't happen on some giant stage with a flashy announcement. Nope, they happen silently, behind the scenes of the apps you and I use every single day. And we're about to look at one that's unfolding right behind that place order button.
So, when you think of a company like iFood, what's the first thing that pops into your head? It's pretty straightforward, right? You're hungry, you open the app, you get food delivered to your door. A simple transaction, a super convenient service. But that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Because what's happening behind that simple interface is a massive transformation. iFood is quietly shifting from being just another delivery service to becoming a true artificial intelligence powerhouse. And the strategy behind it? Well, that's exactly what we're breaking down right now.
It all kicks off with this incredibly audacious vision. See, the goal isn't just to get a little bit better at delivering food. It's to take all the intelligence that's generated from that process and build something totally new, a powerful AI platform that can make money in a whole bunch of different ways. Okay, so to really understand this intelligence engine, you have to get your head around the sheer scale of the operation. The numbers behind this whole thing are the foundation for everything that comes next. Let's start with the user base. We're talking about more than 50 million people. That's a population bigger than a lot of countries, all using this one service. And every single one of those users is a source of activity, creating this enormous pool of data points.
And those 50 million users, get this, they're placing over 80 million orders every single month. Just think about that volume for a second. Every order, every delivery route, every customer rating, it all gets fed right back into the AI.
So here's the crucial shift in perspective. This isn't just operational data, something you stick in a spreadsheet. The company sees every single transaction not as a byproduct of a food order, but as its most valuable asset. It's digital gold, and it's the foundation of their entire strategy. So the big question is, how does a company take this absolute mountain of data and actually turn it into brand new revenue streams? Well, it takes a radical change to their business model. Just look at how straightforward and honestly how risky their current model is. Right now, 95% of everything they make comes from commissions on orders. I mean, it works, but it also leaves the company incredibly dependent on a single source of income.
Now look at this transformation. This is the 3-year vision. Commissions suddenly drop to less than half of the total revenue, and the rest, it comes from completely new sources, all powered by that data-driven AI. A powerful ads platform, a subscription club, and even financial services. And that is the key takeaway here. They aren't just, adding a few new products to the mix. They are fundamentally reinventing the entire business from the ground up, and it's all built on a foundation of data and intelligence.
But how does this whole thing become a competitive advantage that's almost impossible to copy? The answer is something they call the flywheel. It's this virtuous cycle where every part of the system feeds and accelerates all the others.
Now, for anyone who's not familiar with it, the flywheel effect is a business concept where you build a system where all the parts reinforce each other. As one part gets better, it pushes the others, which in turn push the first part even harder. It creates this unstoppable, accelerating momentum. And this illustrates the core of their defense so brilliantly. A competitor might be able to go out and copy a specific feature, right? Like an ad tool. But iFood's real power isn't in any single tool. It's in the intelligence that connects 14 different business areas, from logistics to restaurant demand to ads. That synergy, well, that's nearly impossible to replicate. So let's trace how this actually works for a restaurant. It starts at the top when a restaurant shares some simple data from their kitchen. With that info, iFood can provide much more accurate delivery predictions. Happier customers order more, which increases the restaurant's profit. Then, with that extra profit, the restaurant can reinvest in iFood's ad tools. iFood uses that revenue to make its AI even smarter, which brings us right back to the start, helping the restaurant predict demand even better. The cycle just keeps repeating, getting stronger and faster every single time. You see what's happening? This completely changes the relationship. In the old model, iFood was basically a cost center for restaurants. They paid a commission to get orders. But in this new model, the restaurant becomes an intelligence partner. iFood stops being just a cost and transforms into an essential engine for their growth. Okay, so we've seen the strategy, we've seen the flywheel. Now let's talk about the payoff. How does all this translate into real products and, more importantly, real money? Well, the projected numbers are just staggering. Their ads platform alone is expected to generate over 600 million reais every year. The loyalty club could add another 400 million, and financial services could hit 180 million. I mean, to put that in perspective, each one of these new business lines is the size of a giant company on its own.
And this is where AI unlocks opportunities that were literally invisible before. Take something called conversational commerce, which is basically ordering through messaging apps. By integrating their system with WhatsApp, iFood can help with group orders, which have an average value 2.5 times higher than solo orders. It's a perfect example of creating new growth through pure intelligence.
So what's the final result of this entire strategy? The financial return on this massive bet on artificial intelligence is projected to be a jaw-dropping 822%. And that's in just 3 years.
That translates into a projected 2 billion reais in total net value created by this whole initiative. This is the ultimate proof of the power that exists when you transform the operational data every big company has into a core strategic asset.
In the end, the iFood story isn't just about food delivery. It's about seeing the extraordinary value that's hidden in everyday data. And it leaves us with a question to think about. In our own industries, in our own companies, what intelligence is sitting right there in front of us, just waiting for the right moment to be unlocked?